How are the schools in Sedgwick County? You've been relocated to Wichita and you're wondering about our schools. Well, stay tuned. I'm about to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. My name is Landrian with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. I'm about to tell you all the good, the bad, and the ugly about our Sedgwick County schools. If you like the content, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll be putting out informative as well as fun videos each week, and they'll be all about Wichita and the surrounding towns. Why? Because I love Wichita and McConnell Air Force Base, both located in Sedgwick County. However, before I get into the statistics, I want to let you know that I have borrowed a couple of schools from Butler County, our neighbor, simply because they are within 30 minutes of McConnell Air Force Base. Wichita is a military town with a lot of PCS and TDY going on, and I want to inform the most likely people needing this information. Of course, I don't want to exclude our corporate relocation and local citizens, so I hope they get something out of this too. So let's start with some basic information. The rankings of the individual schools are based on the 2020-2021 school year and is a statewide rankings of 667 schools, so tip your hats to these high achievers. There are a few different types of schools you can choose from. There's private schools, public schools, magnet schools, which could be neighborhood or pure, and online schools. We have two of those, MAIZE Virtual Prep School, ranked 35, and Andover E-Academy, ranked 99th, both in the top 100. Public school enrollments are decided by boundaries only, with few exceptions, meaning you can only attend the neighborhood school if you live within the perimeter of that school's boundaries. Our private schools, also known as independent schools, non-governmental or non-state schools, are not administered by local, state, or national governments. Thus, they retain the right to select their students and are funded in whole or in part by charging their students tuition. They don't rely on mandatory taxation through public funding. At some private schools, students may be able to get a scholarship, which makes the cost cheaper, depending on a talent the student may have, the financial need, or sometimes there's tax credit scholarships that might be available. The average private school tuition in Kansas is $7,078 for elementary schools and $10,774 for high schools. 79% of private schools in Wichita are religiously affiliated, most commonly your Roman Catholic and Christian. However, there are Islamic, Seventh-day Adventist, and special ed schools. The best top-ranked private schools in Wichita include Magdalene Catholic School, which is a blue ribbon private school within 20 minutes of base. Blue ribbon schools have been recognized by the Department of Education for achieving higher standards. The independent school offers the most AP classes. It's about 15 minutes to base, and the school's religious affiliation is non-sectarian. Our collegiate school is also 15 minutes right next door. Wichita Collegiate School ranks among the top 20% of private schools in Kansas because they have the highest average ACT score and the largest student body. They offer the most AP courses and the most sports opportunities. Next are our magnet schools. These schools are a great alternative to the public and private schools in Wichita. Can't say enough about them. There are two types to consider, neighborhood or pure. Your neighborhood magnet is a magnet school that automatically accepts all students within the school boundaries. If a student lives outside of those boundaries, they would need to submit an application, and attendance is determined by lottery after all of the neighborhood kids are accounted for. Pure Magnet has no attendance boundaries. Admission is purely lottery-based, and prospective students must submit an application by its due date. All the elementary magnets are neighborhood magnets except for two, and that's Bostic Traditional and Cleveland Traditional. All upper grade magnet schools are pure except two. The bad news is the magnet school costs about 10% more than our public schools. However, what is super cool about the magnet schools is the fact that some are passion-based. Check this out. If your child likes or excels in math or science, you can submit an application for a STEM-themed magnet school. Likewise, if they like to sing or dance, then consider a performing arts school. And last but not least, if they like reading or writing, then a communication magnet school would be great. Our magnet schools' goals are to eliminate ethnicity division, and they have much more flexibility and are more innovative in their curriculum. Okay, let's check out our public schools. Remember, I'm throwing in a couple of schools from a neighboring county because they're top-ranked schools and are within a 35-minute drive of our McConnell Air Force Base. Out of 667 schools I am comparing, here is how they stack up. Let's start with high schools. Andover, a community in Butler County, is ranked 35th and has a 4-star rating. It's located about 35 minutes to base. Andover High School is ranked number 7, and Andover Central High is ranked number 27. Andover High School is placed in the top 50% of all schools in Kansas for overall test scores. Their math proficiency is top 30%, and reading proficiency is in the top 50%, and ranks in the top 20% for graduation rate. MAIZE is ranked 37th and has a 4-star rating. MAIZE is located in Sedgwick County and has a 35-minute commute to the base. MAIZE South is ranked number 17, and MAIZE Senior High is ranked number 81. Public schools in the MAIZE School District has a graduation rate of 95%. Those are the high schools stats. The MAIZE School District has an average math proficiency of 42% and a reading proficiency of 46%, almost twice the statewide average. We have Goddard. Goddard is ranked 44th and has a 4-star rating, also located in Sedgwick County. It's a 30-minute drive to the base, located west of Wichita. There's EISENHOWER High School, placed in the top 50% of all schools in Kansas for overall test scores. Math proficiency is 50%, and reading proficiency is also top 50%. And last but not least, we have one in Wichita. Northeast Magnate High School. With a 4-star review, Northeast Magnate High School is within 25 minutes of base, placed in the top 50% of all schools in Kansas for overall test scores, with a math proficiency in top 50% and reading proficiency in the top 50%. That is also the most diverse school in Wichita, is in the top 5% for graduation. We do have some honorable mentions: Northwest High School and East High School with 2 stars each. We're going to move on now to our middle school reviews. Again, we have some winners: Andover Middle School and Andover Central Middle School, ranking 12 and 33 respectively. Similar stats as the high schools. I can't say enough about this small community. Again on the list is MAIZE South Middle School with a ranking of 84. Similar stats as the high school. This community is almost up there with Andover. And again on the list is Discovery Intermediate School in Goddard. The middle school stats are similar to their high school stats too. As for Wichita, we have a winner. Robinson Middle School is only 15 minutes from base. Robinson Middle School placed in the top 50% of all schools in Kansas and has a 4-star review. The percentage of students achieving proficiency in math is 44%, and achieving proficiency in reading language arts is 43%. Robinson is our most diverse middle school with the highest rankings. Of course, we do have some honorable mentions: Wilbur Middle School and Brooks Magnet Schools with 1 star each. Let's move on to elementary. I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record. Leading the list is Andover with 6 top-ranking schools. Here's the top 3. Okay, Wheatland is number 4 in the state. Unbelievable. Wow. Wheatland Elementary ranks better than 99.4% of elementary schools in Kansas. It also ranks first among the 6 ranked elementary schools in the Andover School District. Robert Martin Elementary ranks better than 98.1% of elementary schools in Kansas, and it ranks second among the top 6 in the elementary schools in the Andover School District. Prairie Creek ranks number 84, and it ranks better than 87.4% of elementary schools in Kansas. It's also ranked third among the 6 in Andover. Now we're going to be followed by Goddard with 5 top ranking elementary schools. Here's the 2 top. Apollo Elementary School ranked at number 55. It ranks better than 91.8% of elementary schools in Kansas. It also ranks first among 5 ranked elementary schools in the Goddard School District. Oak Street Elementary School, ranked at number 78, has kindergarten through 4 and ranks better than 88.3% of elementary schools in Kansas. It's also number 2 in the Goddard School District. We do have a couple of winners in Wichita. Bostic Magnet, number 40, 5-star review and only 7 minutes from base. The student population at Bostic Traditional Magnet Elementary is very diverse. Circle Greenwich, number 50, also a 5-star review within 20 minutes of base. We've got some honorable mentions: Hyde Man with 4 stars, Isley Magnet, McCollum, Riverside Magnet, Allison Magnet, all with 3 stars. Chisholm, McLean Magnet, Price Harris, Christie McAuliffe, and Cleveland Magnet, Menahai, Seltzer, all with 2 stars each. The ugly part is I really wish we had even more top-ranking schools. The bad part is if we had more top-ranking schools, this video would be an hour long, but I guess that would be a good problem to have. Thanks for watching. Click below for my free book with invaluable tips on how to sell your home fast for most money. Or if you're in the home buying process, how about a complete buying process of a home? And above all, watch for my next video, what I love and hate about Wichita. Thank you for watching and joining me today. I really appreciate you.